dear. I messaged
Oh,
Tiro.
there, we're back. Excellent, excellent. Sorry about that, guys. We are back. No random ad break today. Just a little bit of technical difficulties.
Oh, I almost thought I lost you then. That would have been horrible.
Oh, scary. But, what was missed? Nothing. Not a single chest was opened in the interim.
Bugger all.
As Leslie finishes up the left side here, we'll get to see the couple of checks.
Yeah, of course, the left side a bit more revered under the runners, as it does take a lot of time to get there.
Really convenient fourth small piece of heart. Leslie was a little below half health there. And another 20.
Gotta love the 20s. I mean, we're coming up pretty close on the 2020s in about a year and a half, so...
This is true.
Edition, anyone? Or the randomizer, all unique items replaced with 20 rupees?
No big key found yet. Means they're gonna have to skip the big chest for now. This is one of the few dungeons though where the big key is not required to complete it. All it does is open that big chest.
Meanwhile, Will is making his way right behind Leslie. It'll be interesting to see if Will decides to skip the left side as opposed to diving straight in.
Yeah. It definitely will. Most likely he'll dip. I believe they found both map and compass in the early storage. I know they got the map early. There's the compass. So there, you know there's at least one item going to be on the right. May as well grab it.
Very true. Missing one item can be a crucial mistake.
There's the big key. Leslie hoping you just finish the boss off first and then...
Yeah, that is... I believe that is the worst place to find the big key, as it is the furthest into the dungeon.
Yeah, that it is. But with the mirror, he'll be able to dip back in and grab it really quick. Will almost drown that key there. That had me worried for a second, but he realized his mistake at the last minute.
Yeah, drowning the key is a mistake you will only make once.
Yeah. It's something that most runners have done at some point in their career. I know I have, and only once, like you said.
Guilty on multiple occasions. Meanwhile,
oh boy,
Leslie not having any trouble with the Swamp Palace, almost called it Water Temple then.
Oh yeah, Argus going down pretty quick with those Butter Sword. Tempered and Butter Sword taking out those puffs in one hit each. He's got a little love for us. And Leslie picks up his fourth crystal.
That is correct. We are getting crystals at a very rapid rate, as Leslie is going to go back for that big chest item.
Yeah, really running out of spots to check in. This has been a pretty linear seed so far, but...
Yeah, not a lot of options for rival versions, with the exception of like 2 main areas that eventually our runners will have to cross-check.
Yeah, and with no fire out or bombos found, Ice Palace is still... Oh, and there we go! Alright. The good thing he went back in. That would have cost him. That opens up a lot of areas, including in Dark Death Mountain.
Yes, that pretty much opened up the rest of this seed.
Titan's Mitts are a really nice find right now. So we get a Bombos tablet check. Will just finishing up the back half of Swamp here now too. Following just behind Leslie, who gets a big old 20 from the Bombos tablet.
Well, expect anything else?
Not anymore.
Fair enough. As Leslie will give us our first look at the Misery Mire area. We'll be able to check the medallion, which is Bombo's.
Yeah, it's the one outstanding medallion.
Yeah, the one we haven't found yet.
Not quite accessible yet.
We'll be able to get the 3 items from this mine set as well as the Technical Cave. My shed of love, it seems.
Well, Will is opting to go straight back for the big chest before finishing off Argus, now that he's found that big key. Not a bad idea. Just 50 rupees in the checkerboard cave. So Leslie's saving and quitting. Most likely
very aware of
that, heading to the mountain. Oh, no, sanctuary.
Very aware as well on the routing. Of course, one of the more less common routes you will see throughout this dungeon. Now let's see. Making sure to not forget this location. We know that it's nothing of importance.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time to do it than now. You got those Titansmiths, may as well do it right away. Utilizing that quick speed, which we haven't talked about yet, but there's a minor glitch in this Japanese version that we play, where if you use the hook shot and tap the A button or the boots button at the same time while you're on stairs, it'll give you that super speed glitch. You gotta hit them both on the same frame, but it'll make you go really fast. The other way to do it would be to charge up a spin slash, and the frame after you release the spin, you push A again. Makes you go super fast. No idea why that glitch works, but it does.
Yeah, this game has a lot of little nuances that just make it very unique.
Will's getting into his Argus fight here. Leslie entering Dark Death Mountain from the top. That makes sense. And we're all evened up again. 4 crystals apiece.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
I had a little bit of a meltdown then. Ooh, that dead dog. Speeding in to interrupt the animation was a little bit too late though. As Leslie will be opening the title shortly. It's going to see that we also require bombos for TR.
Double bombos, which means that ether medallion in Hype Cave is quite useless. Which Leslie also decided to skip Hype Cave, so it is missing that blue mail we found in there.
Yeah, not required of course, but a very nice safety to have as Will gets his 20 from the gods. Meanwhile, we do get a Super Money Cave check. I don't believe we saw that from Will as we find the last of the 4 bottles.
Yep, that's all the bottle locations.
Meanwhile, Will in the Swamp of Evil will be finding out that he does need that bombos.
Oh, that's just mean. Double bombos. Speaking of bombs, you got the bombs in the first chest in Hookshot Cave. And oh, there's our second upgrade for mail, so he's got his blue now that I just chirped him for not getting it. And the cape. We haven't had a bumper cave check yet.
That is correct. Now, if something is up there, that might be huge if Leslie decides to go there immediately. Although we'll be making the Gallon's Tower play. Just kidding. It's going to is going to make his way into the Spy Cave. Checks the 4 cardinal bushes for a hard drop as they have a higher chance but only finds a small ad, will be able to make it through with having both access to the cape as well as the cane, although not picked up by Leslie.
No, that cape came for him at a really convenient time. Lets him get through there, no problem. What? Nothing. At this point, progression has to be in pod.
As it usually is. Pod has been
pod though, never fun.
Yeah, definitely one of the less optimal places to check.
Definitely is.
I'm not sure where Leslie's headed right
now. Most likely doing Jeremiah Bullfrog tour, and then Peg Cave and Purple Chest, which we also have not seen. Oh, and just
no bumper
being
cave.
A liar, checking Bumper Cave.
Wow. Well, that is indeed a very good point. We have yet to see the blacksmith's look.
Big 20 up on Bumper Cave today, so it's just a red herring for him. Will here's gonna get his red mail out of Hookshot Cave pretty quick, but otherwise, not a lot.
Lots of red things.
Yeah, except for the most important red thing, arguably, in the fire rod. Yeah, here's Leslie with the Jeremiah play. And I assume gonna write route is the word I was looking for. Route Hype Cave in with the Purple Chest at the same time. Not a bad idea.
Definitely making the most of his routing, as we do see in another minor glitch, the item dash. Now, as I've said before, the game does not like two things at the same time, and dashing and using an item in the same frame will perform a dash with the item active, as we found the all-important blue boomerang.
Yeah, the much better boomerang, as we say. Well, it has a shorter range and a slower travel time. It creates a lot less lag, plus the slow travel time lets a lot of cool setups happen that you just can't do as easily with the quick travel of the... Oh, Will taking a death!
Unfortunately, does not have the hearts required.
Oh, it doesn't have a fairy. That is unlucky. We know there's nothing in there, but that's going to be hanging over his head, I bet, for quite some time.
That is true. Both of our runners are kept in complete seclusion to make this race as fair as possible. But one little quirk to note is behind the lamps, there are no spike tiles, so you can stand there as long as you want, figure out your next course of action.
Yeah, it's nice if you need to take a bottle or something and just hide behind there.
Yeah, I don't believe if it is in logic, but that does allow you to clear the spike cave in one hit KO mode, because it allows you to basically take a pause, heal up with a potion, or more magic, and use items such as the cane, the burnout, or the cape.
Leslie using that green goop he just found to refill his magic. Not a bad call. Is Will now, once again, almost getting back converged. Checking just behind Leslie. Neither runner wants to go to pod at this point at all. I don't blame them. Especially with being a pendant, it is a long dungeon. And Stumpy with blue rupee. Now you'll notice also Leslie is no longer running. Unfortunately, when you have that purple chest following you, you can't run. The run button makes it be set down, which he may do here. Nope, I'm lying again. But it's not uncommon for runners to set it down here, dash over to Hype Cave, and then just come back and pick it up. I wonder if he thinks he's already done Hype Cave.
Oh, that would be quite an interesting development, although...
5 rupees.
Although that won't be anything anything too bad, as we do know that Hype Cave is pretty much, besides the mail upgrade, pretty much unrequired.
Yep, it's a bust and he's making a liar out of me again, heading straight over there now. I'm just not gonna talk anymore. No more speculation.
I'm starting to see a pattern over here. We'll, in the meantime, we'll check the. Oh,
Oh, unlucky.
I cannot form sentences today. Meanwhile, we'll be rescuing the frogs here, as well as most likely deliver the purple chest, just as Leslie did.
Yep. And it looks like Leslie routed Hype Cave after Purple Chest because he wants to head straight up to Pod. Which does make a lot of sense. Put it off as long as he could.
It's alright.
Yeah, Will fluting over there with that Purple Chest is going to put him just right behind Leslie at this point. And fluting off to Pod. We've got Convergence once again.
Yeah, this seat has definitely been quite linear in terms of where they have to go.
Absolutely. Not a whole lot of divergence coming out.
Will, in the meantime, is taking excuse me, is taking the monkey for a ride. We'll have to pay 110 rupees to get into Palace of Darkness.
Yep, $100 to open it and $10 for the initial ride. And if you take any damage while that monkey's following you, he runs back to his starting point. Kiki the extortionist. You gotta give him the $10 one more time. As both runners arrive here in Pod, we see one of the most interesting dungeons in terms of routing, for sure. There's so many different ways you can go based on what keys you get, how you get them, when you get them. Be interesting to see if we get really different routing through here. This is one of those dungeons that can take a lot different amount of time depending on where you find those keys and where.
That is true. Palace of Darkness is the most key-hungry dungeon in the game. 6 unique small keys, and most of them are usually in the front, so...
Yeah, that is true. Now, we're looking for Fire Rod and Bombos for Go mode. And naturally Silvers if either of these runners aren't sure how to do Silverless, but I expect with both being 2-0, they shouldn't have a problem with a Silverless Ganon.
Definitely not at this stage. It is pretty much a requirement to learn the Silverless Ganon, as it could come down to if you are checking a lot of more locations just for these silver arrows, that could cost you a race.
Definitely can.
Meanwhile, Leslie is going to go to the bowlock side, because bow in hand from all the way at the beginning will have no trouble getting rid of the red Garayas as well as the green ones.
I'm trying to think of the worst possible troll to come out of this. I think it would be Fire Rod on Green Pendant, and then Bombos from Cold Stare himself.
Ouch. That.
I can't think of anything more rude to our runners than that. Unless it's Shovel off of Cold Stare, which leads to Mushroom, which leads to Bombos, or something ridiculous with fetch quests.
Yeah, I would say that getting bombos from the green pendant would be a little bit worse, as using bombos in ice bars is a little bit more awkward.
That's true, but Bombos does open up Mire and Turtle Rock.
Oh, that is... I have not considered that.
But if they do get Bombos, chances are they're not going to Ice Palace. So if Coldstare has Fire Rod on him, you need Fire Rod to beat Trinex. That's just mean.
That is true.
Either way, both runners heading into the back half here. Pretty much in sync with each other. This has been a pretty solid routing. Look, the perfect sync going down the stairs at the same time.
Finding one of two single rupees as well as the...
There it is!
Not quite where you predicted it to be, but...
Nope, you know what? For their sake, I'm glad I was wrong.
Definitely. Leslie remembering to check this chest, as it does have the big key. Meanwhile, Will in the dark maze has to be careful of the green Kodongos, as that fire does a fixed damage of 1 heart, I believe.
I think that's correct, yeah. Maybe even thinking about just taking a death wart back to the start rather than using his mirror and not risking it.
Yeah, 2.5 Helmsel is definitely possible, but could get pretty wild if left unattended.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's shooting for here.
Basically trying to say, shoot me, but of course, when you want them to, they never listen.
They're nowhere to be found. And that's Palace of Darkness for both runners. They're going to go check out Helmasaur himself, but we've seen the whole front half of the dungeon at this point.
Yes, Leslie is going to move on to the Helmasaur King, yarding... Wait, did we find all the items?
I think we're missing one. Yeah, we're still missing one. We've got map and compass both found already.
Yes, that does mean that the last item is going to be guarded by the king himself.
That's true. He'll actually technically be guarding 2 items, as he has the green pendant on him, which opens one more item, conveniently enough, right outside this dungeon. Red Mimic giving Will a bit of a tough time, but he gets him through.
Yes, one of the reasons that the bow is required, as we get the longest cutscene in the game, on par with the Misery Maya Torch cutscene, which is the same length. Although it tends to be experienced longer due to the fact that we cannot see it move, so...
Yeah, that one feels much longer. Sitting there waiting for it. Can't see the nice wall going. Leslie Pro never did go back for that Staff of Berna. Nope, it's still sitting in the library waiting for him. And we'll get to see our Helmasaur fight. Pretty easy with Butter Sword. Takes 17 hits with the hammer to break his helmet. And just 2 slashes. Now these fireballs he shoots out, the first one that explodes is random, but after that, it'll go clockwise every time. So if it's the bottom right first, then it'll be the bottom left, and then the top right. There you go. Nice and easy with that yellow sword.
And with that, we are receiving the green pendant as well as
Bombos!
There it is.
There we go. 1 hour, 23 minutes. Leslie Pro has entered go mode.
And more importantly, closely behind.
Yeah, Will about 15 seconds behind or so.
23:17.
Poof.
Wow.
This is going to come down to a race of execution. Leslie going to cash that green pendant. Maybe hoping it's silvers.
That
Not
would
a bad
be
idea. It's right
even
here.
more, even more hype.
That's a big
Well,
old 20.
I mean, I could have told you that. Oh my! Can we like get a red rupee counter in the ending credits?
You know, that should be there with alongside the flute and mirror times. Total red rupee count.
Yes. Meanwhile, both of our runners in the Swamp of Evil.
Yeah, we'll get to see a go mode mire, which is significantly faster than a non-go mode mire, unless the big key
Wow.
wants to troll and be on its vanilla location, in which case it takes super long.
Yeah, Misery Mire, one of the dungeons where a go mode might not differ very much from a full clear. As we get some perfect sync here. With Soul Beams, this room does become fairly easy. As both runners swiftly take care of all the enemies in the room. Leslie first to get out, but Will following closely behind.
Man, we've got a race on our hands, folks. This is about as exciting as you can get. Whew.
Let's see if we get the Godmire. Unfortunately not.
Godmire's not dead yet. Could be in this chest right here. Which would be best case scenario if it's big key.
And it
And
is!
it is! Beautiful. That's about as fast a Misery Mire as you can do.
We are moving on indeed.
Skip this whole dungeon.
Yeah, Misery Mire is not a fun dungeon to go in if the big key tends to be trolling.
No, it's miserable. Now, there's a lot of different strats they can employ here on Vitreous himself. Without having the silvers, I would expect just walking in and face tanking the goop, going straight for the sword slashes.
Yes, it will definitely be interesting to see what strategy our runners are going to use. Will does have access to the Cane of Burner strat of just running through the eyeballs with the cane activated.
Yeah, lots of fun options when you've got this much stuff. That was a pretty troll skeleton right there. Just waiting as he comes out the door.
Leslie on his way to the final boss. Looks like it is going to be cave strats.
Yeah, just walk in and a lot of spin slashes with that gold sword, they'll die fast.
Definitely does have to look out as his magic is depleted pretty soon.
Yeah. He's got enough health to get through the little bit of tanking though, and pew pew pew.
With
Just
that,
as he finishes the fight, Will enters.
definitely these both of these runners are hot on each other's heels. As we are seeing similar strats from Will opting to go for the more heartfelt approach of just slashing away. Of course, the cape is the it's the one invincibility item that still allows you to charge a spin attack.
Yeah, there's too much lag with the Rod of Burna, and it just won't let you do spin attacks while you've got that thing charging.
Now Leslie going to head up and finish up Skullwoods. No items left to find, but that crystal.
Wow, yeah, and we've got about a 22-second difference between Leslie and Will right here. Ooh. And that's crystal number 5. 2 more to go. Skullwoods and Turtle Rock. Now, Turtle Rock isn't that much faster in go mode, but you can skip Laser Bridge, so that's always nice.
That is always a bonus, of course. Both runners in the Skeleton Forest right now will be making their way to the final part of Skullwoods. Of course, the one button which does require the Fire Rod, and pretty much the only requirement of Fire Rod. Of course, having Fire Rod for the muscular fight is really nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Fire Rod in one sentence.
Muscular Fire Rod is pretty solid, but when you got a Butter Sword sitting there, I'm pretty sure it's only 3 hits. Mytha's just such an annoying fight. Ah, man. Whoever's idea it was to make an RNG moth that doesn't take damage if he hits a spike that's all around the room. Bad design.
Bad game design indeed. Someone should fire the creator of this. Either way, also an interesting quirk in the non-randomized version of the game, Mothra will also not take damage from the golden sword, as it is the same damage rule as the spikes. Thankfully, the creator of the randomizer did fix that.
Yes, thank you, randomizer devs. That would be a pain and something I would forget every single time.
Yeah, it is a little bit counterintuitive, but you are not necessarily not supposed to have the golden sword for this fight. Although it is possible with the way that the Link to the Past is laid out, it is possible to beat all the crystal dungeons in your own order.
Will putting on a Mothula clinic there. Whew. Really nice fight, and we are really tight here, guys.
And just like that, the lead has been exchanged. Now all that is left is the Turtle Rock.
Yeah, the climb up to Turtle Rock and dipping in. And then we got Ganon's Tower. With just seconds between these guys. What a tight race.
Indeed.
Both runners really proving why they're 2-0.
Definitely showing her. Of course, being the final dungeon in the game, the huge Turtle Rock dungeon was carved deep into the core of Eastern Death Mountain. Its 4 floors were riddled with puzzling traps and bottomless pits. It is said that only those who possessed the Canis from Maria could float over the wide pits in many of the dungeon's chambers. Fire Rod and the Ice Rod were also essential equipment for fighting the Trinex, which lurked in the dungeon's lowest level. This dungeon is also said to be where Zelda was held prisoner.
That's a lot of really good lore.
Definitely, from the top of my head.
Yep, super duper sounds like it was just right off the top of your head.
And by that I mean Nintendo Power. An amazing magazine put out by Nintendo themselves, unfortunately has been discontinued for quite a while.
Rip Nintendo Power. You were a wonderful part of my childhood. Oh, we've got sync going in. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
This is so close.
so the lead has been exchanged. Will a menu behind? Oh my goodness. This
Holy
is
smokes.
definitely a showing of our runner's cunning here. Being almost, or being over 1.5 hours into a seed and still coming on this close. As we do get a little bit of route divergence.
Yeah, if Will finds the big key here,
Oh my
boy, the gamble for Leslie.
Now Will might still opt to go check these two chests for a smoky, as it does make it easier to just keep routing.
Could absolutely head back and check that chest. You gotta hope he does, because I mean, you can't get through much more of the dungeon without that big key.
That is very true as well.
Choosing to mirror back, though, I think he's gonna look. Most likely just skipped it with this in mind, and if the big key and small key were on that right side, he could just go straight through, not having to worry about it.
Oh, that is true as well. Again, lots of little things that makes this game special.
Yeah. Could silvers be around? Yeah, silvers are still unfound. They could be in Turtle Rock, they could be in Ganon's Tower, or anywhere else that we haven't checked. Ice Palace.
For all we know, it could still be on... Never mind, we checked the pedestal. Disregard everything I said.
Did get the ped check. Now, the chain drop room. Widely regarded as the most annoying room in the game. Those things hurt real bad. Even with red mail, they do something like 3 hearts of damage. They are only in this room in the entire game, and that's all we see them. It's just annoying. Had to make one Super Mario themed dungeon, and that's this one with pipes and chain chomps and nuisances.
Definitely. And also the pokey looking things.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, as it has to be original material, they are actually called Hokuboku.
Oh, it's so nice that you get to know what all these things are called. I did commentary for a stream this morning, and I couldn't remember what the blue little jellies were called, so I just referred to them as floaty blue boys.
The one that jump out from the water in the first room of Swamp?
No, the ones in this dungeon, the electrical jelly guys.
Oh,
Will accidentally used his small key there on that door. If that chest floating has a small key, yeah, and he realizes he doesn't have a small key, he's got to go back and grab it.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, super unlucky. Glad he noticed now, though.
I believe that they are called Zol. Z-O-L.
Huh.
Of course, a couple of different colors. We have yellow, we have red. Anyway, namings aside, Leslie gets a vanilla shield upgrade.
Yeah, not too bad. Fire shield. Don't know where that last shield upgrade is, but at this point, mirror shield doesn't mean much. There's that small key. With that, Leslie's gonna be able to skip all of Laser Bridge, if he so chooses. But with 4 chests and no silvers, I wonder if it's worth checking. It doesn't take super long. We'll see.
It is on the way, so I would definitely not discount any run of that that opts to choose a couple of more chest locations, of course, since these silvers are still on the table. But other than that, the only thing that our runners might be hoping to find is the half magic upgrade. But with Gold Sword, not too important, as Leslie is opting to blaze on through.
Yep, just skipping it entirely. I don't blame him.
It is a race after all, so...
Yeah, and it's a big gamble. Silverless with the Gold Sword isn't that bad.
Meanwhile, Will, following closely behind, is going to pick up the safety full magic decanter as well as 2 more hearts. Ooh, unfortunately fires a little bit too soon. Does not get the stun on the firehead. 3 slashes per head is all it takes, and Leslie is in phase number 2.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, meanwhile,
you can't switch items while that head is exploding, or while there's any explosion. You just can't open the menu. So it's the second you hit that last slash, switch to menu and grab the new rod. We'll check in Laser Bridge.
did open that safety door, thankfully, as Leslie collects his final crystal. Now, we do have a long-standing tradition in the randomizer community, as there is still one item needed to be technically in full go mode. The Ganon's Tower Big Key is required to climb the tower and get to the almighty Ganon. Now, with 22 locations available, how many do you think it's going to take to find it?
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna go with my usual guess of 17, which if you skip the right side is vanilla.
I usually generate a random number, and for today it's not looking very bright. It's going to be number 21.
Very nice. You know, I haven't seen a single race this tournament yet on tile room. That'd be a nice little kick to the teeth of otherwise incredibly jet seed.
Yeah, now if it is there and Will decides to check it early, that might pull him back into the lead again.
Absolutely. Anything could happen until we find that big key. It's still anyone's race. Finding that small key does open the right side. And it looks like Leslie's going for it. Just 4 chests over there if you exclude tile room. But it can also save you a lot of time. It's a lot faster to be wrong on this side than wrong on the other side.
That is true. Hence why a lot of runners will opt to check the right side if they do get a small key. Of course, Leslie skipping the tile room for now. Will be heading further into the right side as Will finished off the Trinex fight. Will be following closely behind Leslie. It'll be interesting to see if we get any route divergence, which could definitely swing the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 4-5 and chest number 6. So it's either tile room or the left side.
No, we did find powder, so luckily we are not playing Key Sanity.
Yeah, it's powder found, and Will found mushroom as well, so fun little fetch quests.
Of course, they are of
torch.
They are of no concern to our runners, as we already have everything required. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Bob today.
Nope, sorry, Bob. Will's also opting for right side.
Definitely not a bad choice, considering we got that small key. And there it is, left
there
side.
There we go. It's chest number, we did
2, 3,
4,
6, 7,
5, 6,
9.
7,
Silvers!
9, yep. And you find silvers in the same room.
Oh my. That is huge.
Really, really nice find. Don't forget the bug net. That's the real find here.
Oh yeah, that is required for. No, it's not. That
silvers and big key together in the same room. That's lovely.
Oh my, that is like the Gammon style package right there.
Oh yeah, gotta be happy. Will finding his silvers. Oh wait, no, wrong room. I'm lying. Finishing up the right-hand side are the words that I meant to say.
Words are hard.
True story.
Will also opting to mirror out. Will be picking up his big key and hopefully his silver shortly after Leslie.
Yeah, hopefully he checks all 4. Now this race is still far from over. Anything could happen. We're being about maybe a minute behind at this point. That skull didn't want to break. Leslie starting up we like to refer to as the Gauntlet, a series of super annoying rooms with lots of conveyors, randomly moving enemies. Always gonna mirror out. Oh, well.
That's true. The creatures who guarded Ganon's tower were a menace to explorers. Although, back then, those explorers did not have a gold sword, a fire rod, a treadmill, silver arrows.
All the fun stuff that our runners now have. I love these lore updates. 0 cycle land mollusk from Leslie. Really nicely done. Making
Very
good use of those
beautiful.
silvers.
We'll be moving on to the second floor as it is a long climb to the top. Ganon used all his evil powers to make the tower a nightmare for heroic explorers. The traps, enemies, and puzzles in this structure were among the most challenging in the land. Only a determined adventurer would make his way to the top. The Armor's Knights were among the light world enemies that Link encountered in the tower. Although for this story, they were never to be seen again.
Not in this seed. No having to repeat that fight full of ice. Ugh.
Definitely one of the more annoying fights, Armors on Ice.
Although it would make a good figure skating routine. Armos on ice.
I definitely pay for that.
Leslie,
Anyway.
Leslie really clearing that gauntlet super nicely. As Will starts his climb up.
Got the nice fire rod double kill there.
Oh, that's just feels so nice.
As one thing to note about the fire rod is, even though it does take a little bit of time for Spice to disappear, it does leave a lingering active hitbox. Although unpredictable, can be very useful.
Yeah, it's always nice when enemies walk into their own death.
Leslie not wasting. Oh.
Yeah, just
Not
want
wasting any
that
time.
magic. As
Definitely
we move on to Troll Dorm 2, takes just 2 hits from the. Ooh, almost falls off, but catches himself. Ooh, that was close.
Book clenching randomizer every day of the week does get his final 50 rupees.
You know, I'm a little sad that wasn't a big 20. That would have been a nice way to put the cherry on top of this lot of 20 run.
Oh, that would indeed be. Can we get like a new seed? Okay, I guess we're rolling with that. On to Aghanim 2, splitting into 3 parts, 2 phantom Aghanims, 1 real Aghanim. Pretty much the same premise.
Similar to Fight 1, they shoot those little balls, but the real Aghanim can still break into blue ones. The 2 phantom ones are always going to be the true electric balls. That's 2 doubles. Really nice 3 cycle. Double, double, double.
A triple double.
And all we've got is the big pig left. What's your favorite Ganon quote? Mine is the barbacoa burrito one. I think it's very funny.
I love the I'm your dad's uncle yada 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 Rumini. What does that make us? That one gave me a chuckle when I first saw it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
As well as the
Now, see that's just a good thought provoker.
yeah, you could say that's great food for thought.
Yep. Now with this butter sword, Ganon only takes I believe 7 hits at each phase to move on to the next one, and with that cape, it's already done. That's phase 1 and 2 both completed for Leslie, who's making short work of Ganon here today. As Will starts his troll dorm. Hopefully gets revenge on how mean he was earlier. There he goes.
Definitely turned out to be a better fight. Leslie into the last
Nice
phase there.
dodge.
4 silver arrows.
Yeah, and he got 1 off. He's running low on magic. I don't know if he has a magic pot. I think I saw a green one in there. This could be a double. Alright, all he needs is 1 more hit.
Nice. One more hit is going to wait for the teleport. Oh! Oh, don't do that.
Oh, that was close.
Oh.
But with that, Leslie saves it and takes Ganon down.
Oh, my.
Holy smokes.
That. Oh, boy. That sure
And
was
Leslie
something.
Pro will finish with an official time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 27 seconds as Will is on Aghanim. Whew! And when I say on, I mean finishes. Leslie, that was terrifying. Holy cow.
That was indeed terrifying. I do see Leslie in the waiting room. I will drag him over.
Excellent. Yeah, get him in here.
Ready. Hello, Leslie. GG on your victory, and please don't ever do that again in the Ganon fight, please. Thank you.
Good.
Oh, that was
Thanks for the
terrifying.
GGs. I just about had a near heart attack right there. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, this is going to be a repeat of my third race in the fall tournament where I lose because I fall to Ganon. And I have to say, out of all the seeds I've played thus far, that did not feel like a very good run for me because I was all over the place. I died to blind. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm probably about to lose my first race in the tournament, but we're going to play this out anyway, and it worked out.
Yeah, that was a really nice run. You guys were right on each other's tails for almost the whole game, including exact sync heading into Turtle Rock. You guys bombos at the identical time.
Oh, wow, it was that close.
It was super, super close.
Yeah, Will is currently on the final phase of the Ganon fight. We'll be getting the torch glitched as well, so this has definitely been a very close race. Unfortunately, though, Will did miss the silver arrows that you spent some actual time looking for, so it's going to have to do sword spins.
Yeah, all that was really was just checking the rest of the room to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I just so happened to the silver arrows happened to be there at that point. I'm like, you know what, that's enough, let's go.
Definitely a prime location for that. Also, how do you feel about finding almost every single big 20 in the game?
Oh, really? I have found almost all of them. Well, 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there does add up to a lot, folks.
That is true. A very rich seed as well.
Yeah, what did you think of it? We had a pretty linear seed for the most part.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, I was excited with finding the hammer, but then bumped that I screwed up the mirror spot position, so that was like the backup location. So I'm thinking, okay, let's hope this doesn't hurt me. So I went back to check just to be sure it didn't hurt me that bad. But wow, I thought I would. But when I died to blind on that last hit, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that hurts. That hurts. And what hurt me also was holding off going into pod, because in last night's nightly race, we had to double dip that exact same dungeon with that exact same pendant. That can't be a coincidence, right?
No, of course
Right.
not. And with that, Will finishes up his race with official time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 34 seconds. Really respectable time from both of you guys. It was a super fun race to watch.
I bet it was, so I'll probably be watching back the race later tonight because, yeah, that was something.
It is definitely worth it, worth another rewatch. It was a very exciting race. Now, I don't know if we can get Will in here for a post-race interview as well.
That's an excellent question.
But once I got through all of pod and I saw that Bombos was dropped by Helmasaur King, I'm like, you know what, that's go mode. So let's just go mode through Misery Mire. Having to remember my dungeons here for a moment. Wrap up the forest, Skull Woods, and then just run to Turtle Rock as fast as I can and hope it's enough. Because at that point, I had made enough mistakes where I was convinced that I was beat, but funny how things turn out sometimes.
Yep, I think you both did pretty much all the checks the same, just in a little bit of a different order in the middle. Otherwise, that was, yeah, right down to it.
Yeah, I figured there was a chance this race could come right down to it. Sort of wish I didn't have that blind death, but hey, it happens.
Yeah, it was a close one. Y'all, you're 3-0 now. congratulations. That's a pretty solid start.
Thank you, thank you. I only had one win in the fall overflow tournament, so this is not a position I expected myself to be in.
Well, congratulations. It's definitely something to be proud of.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely kept working at it during the time in between tournaments, and there was also the Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer tournament, which gave me a bit of a break. But I came right back to it and still practice seeds every so often, just to make sure I wasn't going to get rusty. And thankfully, the practice paid off. Plus, it helps to watch others route the seed, because I've watched countless other seeds, countless other runners. And yeah, to see the routing they put in, night out, and why they do it, definitely explains why they're amongst the best. And all that practice does pay off.
For sure. For sure. Nothing beats practice.
Yep, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, but practice. I am a sportsman, I know that reference.
Very good. Well, GG again. I think we got Will in here. There he is, Will. Congratulations, man. GG. Really nice race.
Hey, thanks.
That was excruciatingly close.
I'm aware. Yeah, I was not surprised to see him finish while I was wrapping up Aghanim there, but yeah, I was kind of surprised I was still in it, even just getting into GT there.
I died to Blonde on the last hit.
You died to who on the last hit?
Blind, so I had to go back in and
ouch.
redo that fight, and even then I almost died a second time.
I had a lot of very special moments along the way. Probably the most frustrating one was the fact that when I picked up the key off the pokey in Ganon's in Turtle Rock, it immediately pushed me into the door and unlocked it there. So it meant I had to full clear Turtle Rock and had to do all of Laser Bridge and go and get the big key chest and everything like that. So that was a couple of minutes I didn't want to lose after I was already in go mode.
Yeah, that's frustrating. To describe it from Zelda 1 terminology, it sounds like you got reverse cananikied. It's not a thing in this game, but it is a thing in that one.
Oh, yeah, that was really unfortunate. You guys actually entered Turtle Rock at exactly the same time. Like, it was perfect sync when you hit those Bombos tab opening unlock animations is super close.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how much time that cost me, but I was a little frustrated after that, so.
Yeah, between that and the one other thing was the 4 chests with the room that had the big key, the top right corner was Silver's.
Oh gosh, well,
yeah.
I don't know that would have saved me a ton of time, but yeah, that's just kind of the way it went. I made a lot of other mistakes along the way though, so I can't blame it on one thing.
Yeah,
No,
I had
for
a few
sure.
mistakes on my end as well that I'll have to clean up for week 4.
I totally did not pick up on the Aghanim 1 required part of it for a couple minutes there. So I went down and I was like, okay, well, the only thing left is Agina's cave. And so there must be progression there. And got there and there was nothing. So I just kind of panicked for a minute.
Yeah, that started to smell like an Aghanim 1 seed just because I figured, okay, Moon Pearl's gotta be on the pyramid. Nope, the book. So I'm thinking, let's go to Desert Palace, Moon Pearl's gotta be there. Nope, it turned out to be Tablet. So in that instance, I played the odds only to get played like a fit.
Yeah, I think just about anybody would have done Desert Palace first there, but
Yes, especially with boots. The only other way I consider doing the opposite is if I don't have boots.
yep.
That all makes good sense.
That it does, and GG on a heck of a race, Will.
Yeah, you too. Good job and good luck in the next round.
Thank you, and good luck in your next round as well. Keep at it.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks guys for putting on a great show. That was a super fun race to watch, and it was a pleasure to commentate. Guys, just don't forget to go follow both of these runners. They're fantastic. I'm sure we'll see more in this tournament. Yeah, I wouldn't count either out. That was really good.
definitely will be looking forward to seeing both of these excellent runners run their game again. And to continue on with these shoutouts, I'd like to give a shout out to our tracker Nifboy for making our jobs a lot easier, as well as our restreamer Tiru for bringing you this. And most importantly to me anyways, my co-commentator, thank you to Aid for joining me on this amazing ride.
And I also apologize for anybody that I gave a near heart attack for on the final hit, because I'll be honest with you, I just about had a near heart attack as well.
Oh, that was me. My heart leapt for you. I'm pretty sure it skipped 2 or 3 beats. I thought for sure you were falling off there. Ooh.
Yeah, but thankfully history did not repeat itself.
Did you go dancing on the edge with Ganon?
In the pale moonlight.
On the final hit as well.
Yeah, final hit. It was 3/4 of the way off the edge. It was really terrifying.
Yeah, I do believe that that both of us peaked the mic on that one.
Understandably so.
Absolutely.
And with that, if you guys have anything else to add, feel free to do so. But otherwise, that is going to do it for this race.
Well, this is my first time being restreamed, so thanks to you guys and to Tiro and Nifboy who were behind the scenes there. I really appreciate it. It was just as terrifying as I thought it would be, playing for a much larger crowd than usual. So, thank you guys.
Well, that's gonna do it for me. So GG, and thanks to you guys for the excellent restream as well as the commentary.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the excellent race. It was a lot of fun. I think that'll do it for all of us here. Thanks for tuning in, all you viewers out in Twitch land. We really appreciate it. And, you know, the night's not over. There are currently 3 races that just started, you know, within the last 15 or so minutes, and a whole bunch going on for the rest of the night. So if the randomized Zelda's your thing, you've got plenty to watch.
Definitely a lot of randomized channels. Be sure to give all of them a follow. Speed Gaming, from Speed Gaming through Speed Gaming 6, as well as ALTTP Randomizer through Randomizer. ALTTP Randomizer through ALTTP Randomizer 4. Wow. Give them all a follow, as well as the YouTube channel Speed Game.
Oh, I don't know what the YouTube channel is. That's a good question.
Bugger it, we'll do it live.
I think it's just
UC-IAM_B. Okay, no, there has to be a short link. Either way, be sure to follow. What's wrong, Mike? Be sure to roll. Yeah. Oh my, what a night this has been. Be sure to follow both these runners, as well as all of the randomizing channels and the YouTube channels. And why not hop into the Discord? All of the links can be found in there, which will be a lot easier than me trying to fiddle about finding everything. Oh my.
Most definitely.
And with that, I shall take my leave. Thank you again for commentating with me, and until next time.
Yeah, the pleasure was all mine. That was a blast. I hope you all have a great night. Thanks, everyone.
See you.